Thank you very much for still being here with us. So we're joined by Shoaib Damajan Saidu. He is the chairman, Nasarawa State Chapter of the ADC, that is the Africa Democratic Congress. You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is a continuation of a conversation we were having on a different program. But I mean, this is that platform where we get to talk about it in depth, right? So, to begin with, how would you describe ADC's political identity today in a space dominated by older and more established parties?
Hello?
Did you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Hello? The network is bad. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said,
Yes, I can hear you.
how would you describe ADC's political identity today in a space dominated by older and more established parties?
Very good, Mrs. Priscilla. As you can see, I told you ADC is an old political party with principles and principalities. I think if you can see the way the coalition come into and make and boost the party to where we are today, and with the ideologies the ADC are having right from the beginning till date, the changes and from you hearing the the motto of the party talking about arise and shine and all about shining Nigeria, you know that the people coming in and the people they met are all people that have good ideologies. First of all, when you look at what is the aim of creating a political party or mobilizing or validating a political party, is talking about how the strongness or the largeness of our members. Within a short period of time, if you can look at the ideology the AGC are using to like a kind of validate or validate the membership registration into the party, if you can look at the modalities, you know that yes, really, it's a good ideology. And it's an ideology that is going along with discipline. They started with this. They say, okay, any member or any person that want to join, either old or new, should go and revalidate itself using the form they are distributing from the unit level to the ward level, from the ward level to the local government level, to the state level, to the national. And if you want to become a full member of the party, you have to go down to your ward level and go and register under the platform of AEC. And with this kind of revalidation or validation exercises of being a member, you can look at many people are going down, looking for where their ward is to go and register instead of coming from the above. So that kind of ideology of going back to the drawing board, going to the root, to become a rooted politician, to become a rooted member of a party, I think it's a very good, it's a very nice ideology that I've never seen any party having that kind of experience or speaking on that kind of experience before. So we are very happy to see that. And it's making people go and register. Closely to tell you that, to be sincere to you, within my locality now, let me use Latvia as my local government.
Are you there, sir? Are you there?
But going up to like 50,000 registration by now. So tell me, how many persons do you think can be there in Karu, which is almost a regardless of where you come from, or regardless that if before you have never even had a party, or it's just now that you are becoming mature to even have a party, so you are welcome to ADC. That is why I tell you the ideas and ideology of how ADC is going now. I'm sorry to tell you, we are coming up or we are coming on board 2027, come rain, come sunshine, without having any fear or favor of telling you, I'm doubting or I'm not doubting. No, it's a straightforward answer, just like a straight bullet. Yes, ADC is coming 2027
Okay.
based on what is going on.
Well, that is such a reassurance, or what do I call it? Do I say a manifesto? But then, these are, if you look at the political people, the people in the party, the personalities in the party, um, a deep, a deep background check, would show that they are coming from different environments, different political parties with different ideologies, which had different structures, which had different vision. What is that strategy to bring these people together in sync, regardless of whatever background they are coming from politically?
Yes, by the time people come from different areas and coming to make sure that they form a kind of a cycle that will involve all of them in one place, thinking to be able to rise a very single idea that will control them. It's a sign of discipline. When you look at the logo of the party, it's showing you handshake. That everybody is a friend to each other. There's nobody that is your fighting mate. And whenever that things like that go on, this person come from PDP, Labour Party, NMPP, APC, whatever, Labour Party. By the time they come all together, people that come with good ideas from other parties will come and they will share those kind of ideas and we'll see how we can move forward. Anybody that comes with bad idea and come to the ADC and he found out that ADC has no bad ideas, he will drop his own bad ideas and try to make sure he change the rhythms so that people can be able to move together. And those ideas that they brought, most of them brought good ideas. And you can see how some chickenots of this country are coming to this party. Many of them, day in, day out. Just look at what is happening. I don't want to even catch name or mention name, but you know, Nigerians too knows that what is happening now. Very soon, whether we like it or not, I think the next political juggernaut we are waiting for in this party, and which I'm praying from now to tomorrow before Christmas, that will happen, is Peter Obi. At any moment from now he drop, he's still under coalition. It's not that he's not in the party, he's still under coalition. By the time he came together with his two legs to the party, I'm sorry to tell you, the whole scenario will change. Even the drum beating will now change completely. Nobody will be talking about any APC or PDP again. ADC will be the party because of the ideas of people that come from different backgrounds, good ideas that they brought to the party, and is now making the party to grow, to catch up with almost all the modalities politically we have in this country.
Okay, so talking about Peter Obi, now a lot of people have been waiting to hear where he stands. What would you say? Because when the ADC came together, or when the coalition was formed, we saw Peter Obi in that event. We saw him in that meeting, and up till now, we have not heard anything from him. People are asking, what is going on? Is it that is it an issue of double mind, or is it that there's some kind of conversation that's going on in the party that we're not aware of? What exactly is happening?
Yeah, but presently, this the question you asked me now is something that is an in-house discussion. But I will try to throw a little light for you to know. By the time you are bringing so many good people to a political party, it's not just an easy thing that you don't say you have thrown a meat to a dog to pick its pants. No, it's not that kind of thing. It's something you have to follow gradually. The first thing is the first step. Come for coalition, he came. It's a way forward. So the next thing we are coming now, telling you now, put all your legs into the party. Don't stay in the fence. If you are staying in the fence, you are thinking to jump in or to jump out. But now, I believe with what I told you, in the next 1-2 weeks, you'll be surprised. In the next interview, we'll be interviewing on how he comes and how many people he's bringing into the party. I'm going to guarantee you on that. But for now, I cannot give you much answer on what is the in-house arrangement or in-house discussion about it.
Okay, so as the party decided on its presidential candidate at this point,
there's no how a party will just start deciding on the presidential candidate unless it didn't undergo the primary process. Our last interview, I told you about the primary process.
okay,
It's either in 3 stages. It's either by delegation, or either by consensus, or either by other means. But there's no how a party will just decide that this is our presidential candidate or this is the running mate of the presidential candidate. No way. No way. Everybody will come and the party have to provide a leveling playing ground for everybody to come and try his best. By the time you win the primary election, it means whether we like it or not, you are the final candidate and we must follow you as a candidate. But for now, anybody that is coming is just an aspirant showing interest that I want to become this, I want to become that. So by the time they do primaries and the INEC approves to that primaries, before you now become a legal candidate of that political party. So nobody should just start thinking about deciding whether it's Atiku, whether it's Peter Obi, whether it's Rotimi Ameti, blah blah, others. So the best thing for us is how we have to wait for time because the political process and procedures is still ongoing. Maybe by next year, middle or ending, we'll now start talking about real candidates for the party.
From your perspective as a state chairman, what problem in Nigeria is ADC most determined to solve?
To solve?
Yes.
So many problems.
Okay.
So many. I will not mention many, but let me just mention a few. The first problem, I believe, any candidate that will emerge from ADC as a presidential candidate will solve the first problem that is killing Nigeria is the economic problem. The second one is insecurity. And the last one that I wanted to mention, I said I will mention but few. The last one I would like to mention is, I don't know how it's going to look like. We are awaiting 2026 in the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And they are now calling us to hear about double taxation or unnecessary taxation. I know people that are in urban areas have started experiencing it. But some people in the villages, they will not know what is happening because they won't know what is going on. But let me tell you, those three problems are what is killing Nigeria, that I wish I believe any candidate that comes from ADC will solve it because it's part of our own manifesto. It's part of our own agenda. Where you go to a place where you see the whole village is being, should I say, how do I put it? Is it kidnapped by the banditry? They will pick the whole village or they will pick the whole school or they will pick some of the school children, mostly girls, they will take them away to the bush. You think that will happen in ADC dispensation? No. So I believe the level of insecurity in this country, most especially from the northern part of this country, is well alarming. So I believe ADC party would tackle that. And the second one I told you, the economic problem. If you can look at the economics, is not favoring a simple Nigeria. We'll be shouting, yes, food items are down. If a mood of rice that we are buying almost 2,000 down is around 1,000 naira, 900 naira. I agree. What about the people that are farming the rice? The chemical they are using and the fertilizer they are using to farm those rice are still inflated. Do you think it's favorable? The transportation we are still paying is still the same. The fuel they are buying is still the same. Nothing is changing. So if those items cannot be changed, the food items are down. I think to me, very soon the food items will still go back to their normal prices of inflation. That is why the economy up to now is still not balanced. And conference Nigeria is not feeling okay. ADC party will clean our tears. By the time we come to power, 2027, all this is over. And the last one I told you, that taxation of the debt. That anything, any little transaction, any little business you do before you know it, they will be removing money from your account, removing money from whatever you are buying, recharge card you buy, data you buy is no longer as a data as usual. All these are problems. And the one I wanted to add that is more worrisome, very disturbing, is the issue of power. Since my mom born me, in my life, I've never heard of any Discord failure, Discord down, Discord. I've never heard of that statement or that language. But during this regime, they brought the language and put it inside the dictionary. Discord there, Discord that. There's no light here, no light there. Power cable was stolen from a transformer. See, the issue of power is becoming a big problem in this country. Do you know that with power, many things will come to ease? Many things will come to ease. So I believe ADC will bring or revive power too. It's part of the problems. I believe ADC will come and wipe from the faces of Nigerians. I think to mention but few, as I told you, I've tried to mention four, and which I believe there are so many accountable problems that ADC will come and clean up, which many Nigerians are aware. That is where they are rushing to ADC party.
They are rushing to ADC. Okay. Inclusiveness is one major political problem we are having. Yes. How inclusive is the ADC in practice and not just in words or principles? What is the plan for inclusivity come 2027?
The inclusiveness is providing a leveling playing ground for every person. There's nothing like zoning, nothing like tribalism, nothing like religious bigotry. All this issue of Muslim ticket that comes to bring a lot of problems to Nigeria. We will not buy all those things. In ADC, we don't have all those things. Inclusiveness. Everybody is together. Everybody is a brother to everybody. You shake hands, you laugh, you cheer together. By the time you come, yes, I want to aspire for state assembly, I come. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Especially when you come down inclusiveness, I want to remind you on something that I've ever told you in first interview we have had with your radio station. I told you about the ADC party giving opportunity to youth, ADC party giving opportunity to women, and opportunity to disability. There is a percentage given to youth and women that I have never seen any party in Nigeria that have given that percentage. And let me still reassure you, a woman coming out either for the position of the Senate, or reps, or assembly, or anything, in ADC party, she will not even take a form. As in the form is free for them. Disability too, almost the same thing. So I'm telling you, so even you that we are talking now, if you know you have interest in our party, please come. If you have other friends and family, please send them down. And we love women participation in politics. Everybody is included. We would like everybody to come. The door is open. If you like, come through the roof, come through the ceiling, come through the window. We have opened our door. The only thing we need is to boost membership and to make sure we win the election 2027. And God's willing, we are going to do that.
Okay, so I like the fact that you mentioned that if a woman wants to pick a form, let me just be a little gender biased at that point. It's totally free. What specific roles currently, aside the aspiring, women, what specific roles do women and youth play within ADC's decision-making structure?
That's a very good question that I know I can be able to answer you very well. When you look at the executive presently now, especially let me come to you as an example. Me as a state chairman, presently now that I'm talking to you, my deputy is a woman. Whenever I am not there to preside any meeting, she will be there presiding all the men under me. So isn't that a good opportunity for a woman to be there?
It is.
And they are playing, and she's working very well. And then we have women leaders, we have deputy women leaders, even the national, you'll be hearing deputy women leader, national deputy women leader, this, national women leader, north, south. They are giving them opportunities, a lot of opportunities. Most of them are there. When you go to ADC as a party, you go to our national secretariat, you see a lot of women holding key positions. So which I believe, we even have disability office where you see the disabilities on their own. And let me tell you, I think about 80% of people running that office, when I went there last 3 weeks, I saw they are all youths. So youths are seriously involved in this movement. Youths are given much better opportunity than old age. So the women and the youth and the disability are not left behind in ABC. I'm guaranteeing you this. You can go in anywhere and check and quote me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so critics often say internal democracy is weak across Nigeria parties. How does ADC handle internal disagreement and power competition?
Very good. Recently, we have an issue. The old ADC chairman, like me, were there. Okay. Then there's what we call coordinators of the ADC that came through the coalition. To tell you how sincere and how faithful our national chairman, Senator David Mark is, he said nobody is going. Nobody will relieve his own position. The coordinator should add upon membership drive and membership validation. The ADC chairman gives them support. They are your members. You are the parent agency. So continue moving together. Nobody should go apart. Recently, I told you a rumor that is going on about the primary congress within the ward level and the unit level. We went and met him. All together, we met him. We say, this is what we are hearing about. This is the first time we are hearing. He's not aware. It's not a true statement. He disclaimed the statement and tell us that we remain the state chairman. Anybody that will come under our state is under us. We should go on and continue running our activities fairly. So you see, that is how, to tell you how power cannot trump anybody. If you come with your money bag, you feel you come with dollars, you want to come and collect power, you want to become the state chairman and pursue the little state chairman you have, who doesn't have a glass house or he doesn't have any cheap money. You think you will come and collect it because you have it. Nobody will even give you. The national government chairman, national secretary will not support you because of that kind of maintenance and discipline of orderly ideas and ideologies that they have in ADC. And everything I told you, we should follow process and procedures. That nobody will come and boycott anybody because he feels he is powerful or he is strong or he have money around society. So ADC treat people with almost equal nature. Everybody is brother to another person. There's nobody that will be trading low or belittle in ADC. So I have an experience that I'm telling you. That is what is keeping me up till now to remain as a state chairman of ADC. If not, who am I? People that came in are more richer than me, especially in my state. You see the money bags people around looking at me and say, this is the state chairman. They will honor me, they will give me the opposite and say, go and stay the stage. And they will do that, they will honor me and then make sure everything go right. And I've been trying to do my best and leave the rest to God. So I think ADC is a clear leveling ground. Everybody can come, everybody is allowed. And everybody can be able to exercise its right.
Can you confidently say ADC offers a fair platform for newcomers who do not have political godfathers?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. It has been happening. Even during the last local government election, it happens. Many of them don't have any godfather. We give their ticket. Most of them will give their ticket. Some of them don't even have money, man. It's not talking about their godfather. We're talking about even you don't have money, they will call you and they say, okay, are you ready? Yes. You think you can be able to serve the people? Our target in ADC, now let me reassure you. The first target is membership drive to see people in ADC. The second target is to win election, especially 2027 election. Let me just tell you the sincerity. So if you come, you don't have godfather, you don't have money, but we believe you have people, and the people will vote you, and we believe that we're going to go into serious investigation to make sure that yes, you are that type that have people in mind, that will not allow insecurity to invade everywhere, that you will not allow people economy to go down, that you will not allow people to die of hunger. We will make sure we give you the ticket so that they will vote you. By the time you are in power, we will see what you can be able to do for the people. So our own target is how to win election and to make sure we put the right people in the right position.
So the strategy is based on how to win elections. Okay, so
the first strategy is how to drive membership. The second one is how to win election.
Okay, so how does ADC prevent elite capture where a few individuals dominate party structures?
So in ADC, that doesn't even happen. It cannot happen saying you're going to dominate party structure. Who are you? After everything is going under process, nobody will come and we undergo process of congresses. After winning the congress, we serve for 4 years, and very soon now our time is going to elapse. Immediately elapse, they will put the transition committee. The transition committee will hold the party till when the congresses are made. If you are lucky to win election, you come back to your position. If you are not lucky to win, those new people will come and you maintain your position as a member of the party. And nobody will forget you as an ex-official or ex-official of the party. So that is how the line will go. Nobody will come and say, I've been in this position for 20 years without going anywhere. I'm the chairman for 20 years. No, in ADC, I've never experienced that. I'm in ADC for more than 20 years now. I think this is the first time we're having a chairman. So it shows you that there's serious transition and it's going on smoothly. When you look at a clear example from the national, our former chairman was Ralph Moise. Presently, we have Senator David Maga as a chairman. It means the transition is still going on. There's nothing that is tempered with that transition. So there's no anything like dominancy in the position holding.
People say the party was bought from the former chairman.
You know, they say rumors are carried by enemies, separated by foes, and so many things will be happening. People will talk this, will talk that. But if you are not in the picture, you will never say the truth. Okay. Like me, that I'm inside the house, I'm telling you what is an in-house arrangement. The in-house arrangement, first target is to make sure we validate and register new members in the party. And the second target is how we can be able to bring out Nigeria from where it is now, because Nigeria is bleeding, Nigeria needs treatment. That is why the national chairman, the former national chairman, Ralph Mosso, decided to give up the party to some capable hands that are better than him to come and try to bring out credible candidate that will bring out Nigeria from this sort of shame. into. So don't talk about money. Money is not the problem. Some people will be talking about saying it was bought, it was in, it was sold out. But if it's sold out, like me now that you do, sorry to say, I think you should be seeing me flying in the jet or flying in the jeep. See if it is bought. Well, it's something with nothing, so which is telling you that it's not bought. So we are still going on that process.
What party were you? When did you join the ADC?
I started LVC 2003, and today is 2025, which I'm telling you that I'm clocking to almost 20 something years in ADC.
Wow.
I started as a welfare secretary. I came to now, after welfare secretary, I aspired for state assembly 3 times in ADC before I later left the party to another party and now came back to the party. Then they now gave me the chairmanship.
Okay, so can we say, well, at what point did you go back to the party?
Yes, because I found out there's no any family that is better than this. A family that when the father and the mother fight after finish fighting, or let me say the brother and the brother fight immediately.
Okay, we seem to be losing our guest there. Let's just go for a quick break. We'll hope that when we return, the network will have stabilized. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you very much for still being here with us. We are currently on the conversation around the political strategies ahead of the 2027 general elections. We are in the conversation with the ADC chairman of the Nasarawa State chapter talking about Saidu Damajen. Saidu, you're welcome, sir. Mr. Shaibu. Are you there? Are you with us, sir? Please go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a call. It's not from here.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about in practical terms, right? What does the ADC 2027 roadmap look like at the state and national level?
The roadmap to 2027, I told you, is an open door for membership and finally to win the 2027 election. We have some little, I will just chip in a little because I cannot tell you everything is as if it is the secret of ADC. But let me tell you what we are trying to make sure we do. The first thing we have in mind is make sure we reach to the grassroots. The people in the villages. These are people that most of the time, they don't enjoy the dividends of democracy. You go to a village of over 100 persons staying alive but have no water to drink, have no good road, have no light, power supply, have no good school, have no medical care. These are what I'm trying to tell you that ADC will make sure will make all these things to put up an end. If we have all these things in mind, these are the patterns we are going to make sure we use after we win this election. We make sure we treat all these things with kindness. So what our roadmap is that we will never allow most of these things to continue staying with people. We'll have to remove it from the people, remove objects suffering from people because people are really suffering. You will never know what I'm talking about when you go to a remote area where you see people are finding it very hard, very difficult to find water, even from the stream. The stream where they bath is a stream where they get water to drink. I went to one village, I shed tears. So there are many things that we brought out as our blueprints that we believe by the time you see the main manifesto of the party, you will now know what we're talking about. People are really suffering. Telling you from the bottom of my people are suffering. We have to bring out. We want to clean the Nigerians, and we believe we can do it. If within 7 months, ADC will grow up to where I'm telling you now. Within 8 months, you tell me if we are 1 year now, tell me, is there any other party that will come and stand by us? When you're talking about APC now, the next party you'll be talking about is ADC. Are you not surprised? Within 8 months,
Well, I think
everybody is shouting and
I was going to ask, is it just because of the fact that there is a recent synergy or recent coalition? If the ADC emerge today, and even if they do not emerge, what is the future of ADC? Are we still going to see this force, or do we still see defections here and there going to look for, a more prominent party to stand with? What happens? What do you foresee as the future of ADC?
The future of ADC is a party that will come and stay. Because a party that have people in mind, at the time will come 2027, we are coming to stay with the people. The people will find it very hard to push us out of the power because we are going to stay with the people. We are going to be close to the people. We will never run away from them. And I believe those are the kind of promises we will keep to ourselves. Keep it written, make sure we bind it, and make sure we abide by it. Because most of what is happening within the other political parties, they will promise this, but when they come, they will do that. So where is the this that they have promised? And let me tell you something. You're talking about defection. See how high the level of defection is, and all promises they are making for them to go back to where the party is, where the country is. They are now going back to that party. See, it will not reach to anywhere. Most of the defection are fake defection. They are not practical. So we're talking about practical. The practical things we are talking about, or the practical party we're talking about is ADC. Come and see reality, face reality, and act reality. I'm not making mouth. By the end of 2026, the whole thing will change. See, the whole beating of the drum will change, and the dancing too. I will come to another interview for Remain Alive. You will still ask me, I will remind you this particular statement making. We are not all those parties that came and passed. We'll come now with different promises and then we'll be acting differently. We'll act based on our promises. And God's willing, we're going to make sure we fulfill our promises.
Nigeria's elections are often affected by logistics, affected by voter apathy, especially, and trust issues, trust from citizens, being that over and over they have been disappointed. How does the ADC prepare, or how are they preparing to overcome these common challenges?
Hello?
Do you hear my question?
No, I'm not there.
I said Nigeria elections are often affected by logistics, voter apathy especially, and trust issues resulting from the fact that they have been disappointed over and over again. I'm talking about citizens. Now, how is the ADC preparing to overcome these common challenges?
Very good. As a process, I told you that ADC have process and procedure. We're not working just alone. We are working as a team. As we are working to make this membership validation and membership registration, at the same time, we are preaching a gospel of coming out to vote, a gospel of go and revalidate your INEC registration card. That is the voter's card. A gospel of if you need to transfer. A gospel of if you're a new person. Now, when we say new person in the country, we mean you have come to the age of 18. That is the age where you can be voted and be voted for. We are preaching those gospel because we have what we call the youth wing and we have the women wing. We have the youth vanguards. We make all those people as part of our committee that are going around to preach these gospels. And we are making a lot of things to be very, very, very easy for those people that are living in the villages. Thank God with the new coming of this voters registration validation of voters card, and which I believe very soon maybe the process will still come back, which they are maybe off for some time. And the online processes, we make provisions for a lot of gadgets, computers, and a lot of smartphones around the villages to people that can be able to register online. After they register online, provide vehicles from those villages. They bring them to the town where we have satellite places where they do the capturing. They capture them, and the next thing they wait for their voters card. So with that, if people will agree to you that yes, go and do this, it's going to help you because it we can't matches or classes or even guns. It's a word that you are going to use your PVC. So by the time we advise people with the gospel to go, or preach them with the gospel to go and validate or invalidate their PVC, it's telling you that for us to reach to that particular stage, we are really making it up. So we believe Nigeria, that belief is going to go out of them. We have cured their mind from that kind of belief of saying, even though I vote, it will not count, it will not this. So after voting, we believe we are going to escort from where we are to the polling, from the polling unit to the collection center, where we are going to make sure whatever that is there is there. And then the next thing, seriously, that I'm talking about, or I want to talk about, is how we can be able to make sure that the INEC of this country are real independent. Because up till now, the independency of INEC is shaking. But we believe before 2027, with the gospel we are preaching, with the help of other places and all countries, we will make sure that democracy will come to stay in real terms. Because up till now, or let me say, the former election, if you can look at what happened, they will say it's an electric voting. They will say we are going to use the beavers. They will say we are going to use that and that. But at last, most of the places undergo manual voting and what have you. When they use that to just rig and make sure they do what they want. But this time around, it's going to be a different ballgame. We believe that people mind on, I'm not voting, I don't have voter's card. Oh, I know we have gotten from the day we started the committees of the AYD, that is the Youth Vanguard, whatever, and the Women Wing, the enlightenment process and procedures of going to have a voter's card. We have done a lot, and we have found a lot of changes. We have made people to have voters card on their own without the interest of our party. No, it's just the interest. We show them how valuable and how important it is them to have a vote, and how important it is for them to come out and vote and to have a face of the votes they have already cast. So I believe the whole scenario will change. You wait and see. God will change it.
What exactly are the lessons? What lessons has the ADC learned from past elections that is shaping their 2027 strategy? We saw a lot of people come out to give, reviews on the Labour Party movement, and what it is they got wrong. What lessons? What are those things that the ADC now has picked from every political party, from their mistakes, from their successes, from whatever it is they got wrong, from whatever it is they got right, to be able to forge ahead for the 2027 or plan around 2027 elections?
Thank you very much. That is why they call this coalition. Okay. And the coalition is coming from all these people that make those mistakes. And today they are there, or they are here in this ADC to tell us that they are here to correct the mistakes. Which they are the one that make the mistake, and they say they are here to correct the mistake. The obedient movement, this and that movement, the whatever movement. Most of them are now in ADC, and they are coming to bring collective heads together, important heads and better heads together to make sure that those mistakes will not repeat themselves. What we say, experience is the best teacher. It's not a lie. Anytime you feel you make mistake today, tomorrow you feel you cannot make that mistake, you can correct it. You can correct it. So I believe 2027 is going to be a different thing entirely, because a lot of correction will take place before the day of the election.
So when everybody's coming with their mistakes, and what is that? Are you sure we don't have conflicting ideas? Are you sure we don't have conflicting opinions on, because people are coming from different political parties. In as much as these are people that have experienced the political landscape in Nigeria, we cannot say that they would all have the same mistakes, right? How do we, because, when everybody's coming with experience, sometimes there can be a conflict of interest, there can be a conflict in opinion. How is the ADC going to handle that? We're talking about experienced, prominent Nigerian politicians. These are the set of people we're talking about. So it's a whole lot. Don't you think so?
It's a whole lot, but the task is not easy, but we are conquering it by God's grace, because most of the time they sit on the meeting at the national level as national working committees. They sit down, they discuss, they bring out ideas, they bring and this person will say no, this one is okay, this one is not okay. At least we started before time. At least before that time, most of the conflict idea now will reduce, and I believe it's not something that will tell you that you vacate completely or will not be there. But I believe it will reduce to minimum bearing that at least it will not be even showing head. It will not surface. It will try to be melt down. At least with a little problem. There's no how you can say a party has no problem. There's no how you can say we never have conflict idea. But if the ideas are minimum, the percentage is reduced maybe like 5 to 10%, at least it's bearable. So there's no how you can just say totally you're going to make sure you eradicate something completely. When I hear that language, I will say poverty eradication, whatever, but do you think it's easy to eradicate something? But it's easy to reduce it to some minimum bearing that you can be able to say, this one, that's not a problem. Anything you see in this life must have a problem. Conflict idea must come. But to me, most of the conflict ideas in ADC are better ideas. Because this one will bring conflicted idea, this one will bring another idea. By the time they join them together, the father is not working. Then they will call the whole ADC. People have been doing to solve this kind of problem. We'll tell them now. Another person will come, this is the idea. This is the mistake we made in Labour Party. I don't want it to repeat. So that's the mistake. Then they will bring it in the table. They will share it. They will say, how do we reduce it? You cannot just say, how can we eradicate it? It's not possible. But how do we reduce it? And by the time they reduce it, a lot of things will go out of it as a problem. And the little one that remains, you can leave it. There's no how you can do about it. So I believe we're going to be somewhere. We're going to be somewhere. So believe me, you or not, it's not everything you hear from my mouth, because even me too, I have.
Yes, also, it's appearing as though there's another interruption on the network. Let's just quickly go for a quick break. We'll return to end the conversation. Please stay with us.
So coming together of different political parties to come together in one place, different ideas must come. Some will be good, some will be bad. Lucky enough for us, we're going to stand at the good side. By God bless, before 2027, a lot of bad ones will go down the drain, and we're going to hold on to good ones, which I believe our ideas will not be completed as the way people are thinking.
Okay, we almost lost you at that point, but thank God you're back. Let's go to the very last phases of the questions I'm going to ask now. Are you there, Shah?
It's a call that is
Okay, I totally understand. Now, winning the elections is one thing, governing is another. How prepared is ADC for governance if it wins the seat come 2027? Because do the ADC, do you guys really sit down to have this conversation? Because sometimes you take power and you become stranded because of the lack of strategy, the realistic conversations that should have been happening before the election. So what are those strategies? How prepared are the ADC come 2027 if they eventually win the presidency and even other seats?
That's a very good question. And earlier before now, I told you, we go to all these villages and we go to places where you go to meet the rural people. We see a lot of bad road, medical care, school, pipe and water, power. See, if you can be able to solve the basic needs of Nigeria, if you like take the whole money of this country and leave this country, it will never shake the country. Because this country is to be able to satisfy our basic needs. Our basic needs. I'm telling you, road, education, medical care, power, and water. If you can get these 5 things in Nigeria, we're okay. So if ADC win election, God's will in 2027, we'll first of all hold on to this, solve these problems, make sure that the problem is solved to a minimum bearing before we start thinking of any other additional things that we're going to do to this country. And these are things that I told you is our roadmap. We have already put them in our blueprints. We'll make sure that these problems are solved before any other matter arises. So I believe 2027 election will be good, and we're going to win. And by God's grace, after the election, the governance will look splendid, and God will help us. And by the time you say governance I must tell you categorically that most of the time when you come to governance is when you start seeing the reality of governance. So I cannot talk much on governance now, but I'm talking about how to win election. That is my first target, and which I believe all the people you see them in AIDS. They are not people that are coming to say, I want to make money again now. No, most of them are okay, they are good to go. The only thing they want now is to show their own humanitarian services to the people. They are ready. The level of their readiness have come to their face. It's not only in their mind. We have read it from their mind and we have seen it in their faces. And they speak it out. They are ready to serve the people. So I believe people will never regret it by the time we win election. The governance will be very easy, security will be well tied, everywhere will be free to go, people will find light everywhere. People will find medical care, people will find schools for their children, people will find pipe-borne water anywhere you're going to see possible. That is, I believe, that is the minimum thing at ADC man anywhere you block in tech. An agency is coming to win an election, an agency is coming to stay with good governance, and you're going to see dividends of democracy.
Okay. I don't know if you're still there, sir. Are you there, sir?
Hello. Yes, are you here?
Okay, I'll ask two questions and we're done. The first one is
No.
accountability is one thing that I think is a problem in Nigeria. A lot of times, our president, the federal government appoints people and they are not able to hold them accountable. A lot of people have the notion that most times, it's because of the fact that they played a key role in their elections and because of the fact that they have committed so much, they are not able to question them when they eventually give them one power or the other. And it can really be a thing if we really look at it critically. What is the structure that ADC, has devised to be able to to be able to ensure accountability amongst its elected officials? Don't forget to say, if and when elected, what is that strategy? Are you going to say, oh, because you were able to help me rally around for the campaign, you get to power and I cannot say anything to you because, of course, I owe you all the thanks, I owe you all the gratitude, it doesn't matter what you do, I remain eternally grateful because of what you helped me do. Is that the same strategy we'll still use? Because it is not just about having a good president. We need to have every person come together to ensure that, the teamwork is effective. If we have a good president and we have a bad governor, we will still we will still complain. So, and if we have a president that's able to hold the elected other members accountable, I feel like we're going to have good progress. What is the strategy? Is there going to be anything as such? And if yes, what is the strategy?
Of course, yes, there is. Earlier before now, I told you by the time in your party, right from initial, you have started or you have already stopped the issue of all this godfatherism, or the issue of bring money, let me give you the power. I'm telling you, you have solved this problem. This question you're asking will not even come to existence. Why? Because it's all these people that come with money, that give you plenty money, and you sell out the position that they will come and be doing what they want when you take them to power. That's number one. Number two, all this godfather is a godfather will supply you money and bring you into power. And now when you come to power, you have to be submissive to him. In ADC, we don't have that kind of platform. It's not a platform where all those things will happen. Nobody will do that. You come under due process and procedures. By the time you come, we'll check out we'll make sure we investigate on your own trade balance. Where are you coming from? Are you working for somebody? Are you the one standing for yourself? Do you really want to work for people? Or you are here just to make money? Or you are here to come and inflate people? We'll check out, we'll see your record. From your past record to your present record. That will determine your future record. If you know that you are coming here to work for Mr. A, which we know you will be answerable to Mr. A tomorrow when you come to power, we will not even give you the ticket. That's number one. So we will not be too that kind of expensive when we come to giving ticket or funds for the membership. That is why we're making provisions for other people, giving a level ground for everybody, and making sure that the women and the disabilities and youths are being involved. Most of these things you are seeing, I think, tend for the era of giving to all these Godfather candidates positions. I think it's over, especially in ADC. It will not even exist. It has never been existing, and it will never exist. Our old idea of containing that will still maintain. Even the coalition have to come and welcome it because they know what we are passing through now. Nobody is allowing anybody to pass anybody. That's not how you should expect the ear to be more longer than the head. So we'll watch you. We'll see, and God will give us that wisdom and brain to watch you before you come to power.
My final question is this. Nigeria, can you hear me, sir? Thank you for that. Thank you. My final question is this. Nigeria is deeply rooted amongst ethnic, religious, and regional lines. What can ADC play, or what role can it play in promoting national unity across religious lines, across ethnic lines, and regional lines?
That is why I told you right from the logo of our party. By the time you are shaking hands with somebody that is from Cross River and you are from Kano, do you think when you are shaking hands, you find that this hand you are shaking, this man is from Cross River, is from Kano? It's a leveling. If anybody is allowed, is welcome in ADC. There's nothing like tribalism, nothing like religious bigotry. When I was talking to you about all this Muslim ticket that happened in this present dispensation that is not favoring us, do you think we will still repeat that kind of mistake that we saw that is a big mistake? See, everybody is welcome in ADC, and anybody that comes from any background, whether it's an Igbo or Hausa or Yoruba, whether it's a Christian, a Muslim, or a pagan, in as far as he's in Nigeria, he's a citizen of this country, and the ADC party have now finished their primaries and they have emerged as the winner of the primaries to become the candidate of the presidential election. I believe you, me, whether you like it or not, if you are in ADC, you must follow him. That is our fact and figure, because we have already taken our own confidence to agree with that. There's nothing like no, this or that. In as far as you are a member of ADC and you are a candidate and you want the primaries, we will follow you. Forget about any background you come from. That is what I'm going to tell you now. And you should write it and keep. Quote me anywhere. That is how ADC is. Right from our logo, we are saying everybody is the same. And as far as you are reaching the age of 18, we are all the same since you can be able to be voted and be voted for. So there's nothing like any differences that we're going to face during that time.
Okay, I think we'll wrap up at this point. Before we go, what are your last words, please?
Yes, my last point is I would love people to come to ADC. I would love people to stand with us. I would love people to come and let's be able to save Nigeria from this big mess she's facing. The first, the problem of insecurity that is bothering this country, the problem of a lot of child labor that has to do with out of school children, that have to do with a lot of poor health care. You see a hospital without bed, you see a hospital without power. Power. I'm talking about power. Very important factor in this country that can bring development. If investors cannot come and invest in your country if you don't have power supply. See, local industry cannot exist without power supply. Let me come to the minimum bearing. When you want to grind your flour to make your tool, if you don't have lights, you have to go on gas. And the price will go up. It means before you eat your tool, you are in trouble already. So I am sorry to tell you that power is very important to the people. Social amenities and basic facilities supposed to be provided to the people. ADC is the party that can do that. ADC is the party that can be able to help the poor masses. Please, let's advise all of us to come to ADC as a party. And at last, make sure you remind your neighbor that doesn't have voter's card. Tell him to go and vote. The only cutlass you have on the day of election. That is the only gun that is going to hold on the day of election. That is stick he can be able to hold the day election. So everybody should go and register, get your PVC, become a registered person during election, become a registered member to be able to change the pattern of what we are passing through now. That is why I'm saying happy season. I'm very grateful. I still remain Comrade Sayyidu Damaji Shaibu in this platform. Thank you very much. I'm grateful for giving me the opportunity to discuss.
Thank you, Comrade Saidu Damaji. Shuaib, we really appreciate your time with us. I mean, it's been an insightful conversation with you. I'm sure a lot of Nigerians have been inspired and would want to go dust their PVCs or will get one if they haven't gotten one. Of course, it's an ongoing conversation until we get done and dusted with the 2027 elections. But these are the conversations we'll keep having till then. I want to say thank you again for joining us on the program today. And God bless you. Have a great day.
You're welcome.